You are not Tony Robbins and you're not trying to be. In the beginning, your speech is going to suffer. You are going to realise those little crutch words that you hung on to. You're going to realise that you ummed and ahed and muttered and stuttered and all of those things. You will highlight certain flaws within your speech at the very beginning. I am still doing that now. As I say, 10 episodes in, and I still find myself editing and looking, thinking, oh, I breathed halfway through the word there, or I stuttered here and I've not retook the shot. It's fine. It's going to happen because you're not used to recording yourself in front of a camera and you're not used to doing it for a long period of time. So just embrace it. Think every single episode, if you can improve your speech by that 1%, you're going to be getting better. So by the 10th episode, I know, matter of fact, my speaking is 10 times better now than it was on episode one. And I know by the time I get to episode 50, episode 100, 200, my speech is going to be getting better and better and better because one, I do my own editing. So any problems that I'm highlighting or any problems within the speaking, I will see firsthand. But also, you're going to be more conscious of certain things. If you're listening to yourself, if you're speaking and it's just you in the room, you start to realise and you start to get a bit more conscious about certain words, certain phrases that come up. There's a certain word that I'm trying to avoid right now because I just edited episode 9 and I noticed a word that I said about 7 or 8 times on a consistent basis and it done my head in completely. So now I'm really, really trying to avoid saying that word, and now I'm conscious and noticing, oh, that was a proper crutch word. That was something that I went to all the time. So there's going to be constant improvements. There's going to be certain areas of your speech that you're going to hate and you're going to hate listening to, and you're going to think, oh no, I can't speak. I've got a really strong accent, or English isn't my first language, or it doesn't matter. If you consistently start to improve your speech through a podcast, through recording yourself, your mate. And as you have just seen right there, I am from Birmingham. My first language is English, and even I am still doing things like that. It's absolutely fine because you have editing, you have things that can take it out. Now, would I include that in every single episode all the time? No. But to give you a first-hand example of exactly what it is I'm talking about, I thought I'd keep that in there to show you. You have the ability to retake, you have the ability to go back, take a breath, take 5 minutes. There's going to be episodes, and I've had at least 1 or 2 of them in just a 10 episode stretch where you think, it's just not going well for me today. It's just not going well. You have to power through, you have to push through. And before you know it, you're going to be one of the most renowned podcast speakers in the world. So don't be afraid to mess up, as I've just showed you right there. Side note I'd like to mention on my previous point as well is you guys might have noticed I've actually started to post bloopers. If you haven't, go check out my shorts and you'll see them there. That is another way that you can create content through the things that you're messing up on. It's absolutely fine. People like to see it because it shows that you're human. It shows that not every single aspect of your podcast is polished and clean and absolutely perfect. And you don't set unreasonably high standards, one for yourself, and two for anybody else that might look to start a podcast. Bloopers happen, and I like to think that when they happen, they're funny. So if you haven't seen them, go and check them out. That is a daily occurrence. Every single time I record an episode, those things happen. I just make sure when I'm putting out the full episode, I polish them out. So you can actually use the things that you believe are mistakes or mess ups. You can actually use them to your advantage and build that deeper connection with your audience. Go check out the bloopers, of course, after you've listened to this full episode.